Hey, welcome back. In a world full of triggering events and cancel culture, how do we thrive as our most authentic self, speaking our truth and living in a place that's from empowerment, not from fear? That's what we're talking about today. And I really want you to subscribe below because this topic is really, really important, not just for the sake of ourselves and our truest selves, but also for the sake of our world and the collective growth of our consciousness. So, how do we become the person that we want to be, say our opinions, speak our truths, and not create divisiveness, not be canceled, not be ostracized? Because what we're seeking most as human beings is belonging. I remember many years ago, I watched a talk show host, and she said she was being interviewed for the first time in many years because she was the one who was the interviewer, traditionally speaking. And she said, in thousands and thousands of interviews, the one thing that people said to her, every person, no matter who it was, who asked her at commercial break, they would look at her and say, "How am I doing? Did I do okay? Am I seen? Am I heard?" Meaning, do I belong? Am I validated? Am I valued? Do I belong? This is a fundamental part of who we are as human beings. We strive to belong. Belong to our families, belong to our communities, belong to our teams, belong to our job places, our organizations. And so many people, especially now, right now, when we live in a society that's, the sound bites are so quick and things go so quickly, we can be canceled so easily, right? And so many people fear that, so they fear speaking their truth. I was talking to the teenagers just last week, and a number of them were talking about triggering topics that are going on in our world today, in sports, in the Olympics, and the fear of speaking their truth and being heard and being understood without being canceled because they are so immersed, in social media, as many people are. We are a society of technology and being connected, which is so wonderful that we are moving toward a global civilization, right? And this way of being together, of collaborating and utilizing this time in our lives, this time in our history, this time in our timeline for the purpose of co-creation and evolving. And this is wonderful. And it can be used for something that's not so wonderful, which is what I'm pointing to and encouraging you and everyone listening to this to understand how you can be your true self, your most authentic self, and talk about topics. Share your opinions on things that can be triggering to other people, and do it in a way that is collaborative. And I'll tell you the secret. The secret is love. That's the secret. The secret is, you might think, love for other people, and how can you be loving when somebody posts something, or you see something in a dinner conversation, you hear something that feels like it's very much about you, or it's very much about a certain group of people, or it's very much, insulting to women or to minorities or to my dog who's sitting right here. I'm sort of saying that tongue in cheek because part of this is just remembering, yes, it's love. And I'm holding this with Leela. I'm playing with love. Leela is a goddess of divine play. So I am playing with love, not just love for the other person, but what's underneath that is self-love. And I cannot emphasize self-love enough, because when we get grounded in our own self-love, because what I'm being triggered about, what you're being triggered about, is actually something about you, something that it's a signpost for you to find a deeper place of loving yourself. And I know it seems like it's out there when somebody posts something or somebody says something at dinner that's about politics, and it feels so tight in your body or in your head. You get a headache and it feels very stressful. And the truth is that is a signpost for you to look at your own self-love. And how can you love yourself at a deeper core? When you get to this place, when you go to this place of how can I love myself so deeply that what I'm talking about, what I'm about to post, comes from this place of love and light. This is how we talk about triggering conversations, things that might upset other people. This gets us grounded in our own most authentic place, our own truest selves. And when we create from that place, when we post or we instigate conversation or connecting conversation at the office, or like I said, at a dinner conversation, this creates something that's collaborative. Whether it's conflicting with someone else's opinion or not, this is the instigator behind co-creation, behind making conflict turn into something that is beyond what might have been creative otherwise. From divisiveness to this beautiful light. Sharing your light and shining your light with someone else's until it becomes so powerful that it burns away all that divisiveness, all of the conflicts, and all of the bullcrap. And it comes from a place of self-love, you loving yourself first, and then, yes, of course, loving the other. So your challenge this week is to find something that you feel very conflicted about, that you feel very triggered about, and enter into a conversation, engage in a conversation that could be on social media or it could be, in your workplace, from a place of love around this topic. I challenge you to see what shifts. I challenge you to intend to shift something inside of you and also inside of your environment. I'm really looking forward to hearing how this goes. Enjoy it. Have fun with it. Play with your self-love and see how you spread that in the world. Take care and have an amazing week. I'll see you back here next week. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe below. Bye now.